Hey, shalom, shalom, mishpocha. Welcome to another edition of Torah Tidbits. This is Torah Tidbits installment number 49, and it's taken from Devarim, Deuteronomy chapter 21, all the way to chapter 25. We're going to specifically hone in on Deuteronomy chapter 24 this week, which deals with the very controversial subject of divorce. Especially in Christian circles, it's a big to-do, because a lot of people in Christian circles think that divorce disqualifies somebody from being a minister, which is totally ludicrous. Anyhow, basically it boils down that in Judaism there were two schools of thought. There was the School of Hillel, which was the more liberal school of thought, and there was the School of Shemi, which was ultra-conservative. Believe it or not, Yeshua was mostly of the School of Hillel. So he agreed with the Pharisees on virtually every subject of Torah except for the issue of divorce, where the Pharisees believed if the wife burnt the meal, you could divorce her for that. On this point, Yeshua takes sides with the School of Shemi, the ultra-conservative, that basically says that you've got to have very specific grounds and reasons for divorce, such as infidelity. And so Yeshua points out that God hates divorce, that he hates divorce, that divorce should be a last resort. So he sides with the School of Shemi in this issue, and you can find that in Matthew chapter 19. Now, as far as divorce disqualifying somebody from being a minister, being a rabbi, being a pastor, what have you, this is totally ridiculous, because the Christians take out of context what Rav Shauls is talking about to Timothy and Titus, where it says you should be the man of one wife and everything, and they derive from that if somebody gets divorced and gets remarried, then that means that they've been married twice, and therefore they're not the husband of one wife. They already have a wife, but they divorced her, and therefore disqualifies them from the ministry. I know of a man who committed suicide, a pastor, a minister, a principal of a Christian school, committed suicide because his wife was leaving him. He had no choice in the matter, and rather than deal with the ridicule, humiliation, and demotion of his position as pastor and as principal of the school, he decided to blow his head off in the school parking lot in his car. It was totally ridiculous. So divorce, it happens. God doesn't like it. It should be a last resort, but because of our free will, God allows us to get divorced. He said if you must divorce, make sure that you have specific grounds, such as infidelity, unfaithfulness, adultery. And even then, I know of marriages who have almost split up because of adultery, but yet they decided to forgive each other. They decided to work on their marriage and work things out, and believe it or not, they're still together today, and their marriage is happier and stronger than ever. Which I realize that there are some men, some women out there, if their spouse commits adultery, that they just can't handle it. They can't take it. They have to get divorced. There's no repairing the relationship. And I totally understand that, and God understands that. He made provisions for divorce in the scriptures under those types of circumstances. Rav Shauls talks about it in 1 Corinthians 7. Notice that having a spouse of a different religion is not grounds for divorce. Rav Shauls tells the people not to divorce your spouse if they're an unbeliever, but because you are a believer, maybe through your witness and through your life, that they can, sorry, I had to kill a mosquito there, that they may come to know the Messiah. They may come to know the truth through your witness. But if the unbelieving spouse chooses to leave, don't stop them. That's their choice. That's their decision. Let them leave. But do everything you can to repair the marriage, to save the marriage, to make it work. So, even Rav Shauls is anti-divorce, but sees that there are situations where divorces take place, and it's unfortunate, but it happens. So, anyway, let's see, also 1 Corinthians 7, Rav Shauls also talks about, divorce. Let's see. That's kind of the long and short of it. Again, my time's going to run out, so I'll just leave it at that. Hopefully this kind of cleared up a little bit this hairy subject regarding divorce. and hope you enjoy the Torah portion. Hope you get much more out of it than I could have taught you in this short amount of time. Make sure you read the half Torah portions and the portions of the Brit Chadasha that kind of relate to the passage we're speaking about. Search it out for yourself. And if you come from a divorced home, a divorce situation, you have been divorced, don't beat yourself up over it. Don't kick yourself in the butt for it. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps. God forgives. Brush yourself off. Move on. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot be a minister. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something for God. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything for the kingdom because you're divorced. Just rebuke that and refuse to believe that, because it's simply not true. It is believed by tradition that Rav Shauls was divorced, that after his wife found out he converted, that she left him. Of course, we have no scriptural evidence of that, but that is a tradition that is held by some Netzarim. Others say that she died, but regardless, he chose not to remarry again, whatever the circumstances, and he was a minister. So don't let anybody tell you that. Now, if you come from a divorce home, you haven't married yet, make sure that your spouse that you marry is a Torah observant Jew or Gentile who loves Yeshua just as much as you do. Make sure that divorce is not even a word in your vocabulary. That's what my wife and I said when we got married, and we've passed 15 years, working on 20 years, and divorce has not been in our vocabulary, and we've been through thick and thin. And so if you come from a divorced home, you know you don't want it to happen to you in the future. Make sure divorce isn't in your vocabulary. Be extra careful in the spouse that you choose, because a spouse can make you or break you. So make sure that they are a Torah observant Jew or Gentile that believes that Yeshua is Messiah and loves him as much as you do, and has a similar or like calling as you, that you guys can work together. Because, as a rabbi, I know that my wife is just as much as part of the ministry as I am. She's the Rebbetzin. If I have to counsel women, you better believe she's going to be there. I'm not going to be in my office or in a counseling situation with a woman by myself. She is as much as a part of the ministry as I am. She can talk about issues to women, such as family purity, the laws of Nidah, things that I have no business talking to other women about. So she's as much as part of the ministry. Not only that, but your children are just as much as part of the ministry as you are. So make sure that your spouse that you choose is compatible and like-minded, has a ministry mind, because your spouse can make you or break you. They're there to help you. They're there to support you. They're there to be your helpmate, to be your helpmeet. So anyway, we'll talk to you later. See you next time. Tune in again, and love you guys, and I'm praying for you. Shalom and Shavuot Tov Mishpocha.